Hello, friends. Welcome. Hello. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Today is a Whimsy Thursday, and we are going to make a fun birthday card. And I thought we would go back and do one of my favorite techniques, which happens to be ink smooshing. There are no mistakes in ink smooshing. You can just create a way, and you have no control on how it turns out. It is literally however the ink smooshes onto the paper. And to do this, I have some watercolor cardstock. What I happen to have is some Distress watercolor cardstock, and it is cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm using some oxide inks today. I also have our otter birthday wishes, and I'm going to use this little otter here holding the birthday present. I'm going to have him sitting on this little floating rock, and I'm going to use the sentiment, an otter birthday wish for you. So I have gone ahead and colored them up already so that we can focus on our ink smushing and not coloring. To kind of finish my card off, I'm going to be using the 2 largest from the scalloped stitched frames. I believe Mix and Match Scallop Die Set is the official name, but we're going to use the 2 largest ones. To add just a little bit of detail to my whatever we get when we ink smush, I'm going to be using a little bit from our stencil. And this is, I think it's called Splashes, but, oh, Puddles stencil. So it's just different puddles, and we're going to be using this one right up here, I think. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to be using the comic book bubbles, and I'm going to use this one right here because to give my otter speaking. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to leave this size. I have cut it down for my card, but for our ink smushing, we're going to leave it large. And I'm going to start with the Salty Ocean and just make a couple. I don't want tons. And I'm going to tell you kind of what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to just have my water going kind of diagonally across my paper. We'll see what we get. It may or may not look that way. All right, so all I've done is squish some water on there, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of, this is just a piece of plastic, and I'm just kind of getting that to move around a little bit. And now, just going to plop my card down in there. So there's the beginnings. That actually looks pretty good. I want a little bit more over here on this side. Ooh, I like that. I like it when I get heavier and lighter spots. Ooh, that's looking good. All right, so now that I have that much, I'm going to go ahead and dry it a little bit. And hopefully we can then add on to it. And if I move it a little, I can get it to move around on there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to dry this a little bit, and then we'll see if we can add some more heavier spots. You have to dry it in between layers, otherwise they just kind of blend together. You don't get any separation. If you want it to sit on top, you have to dry it in between. And normally I would let mine just sit and dry. I don't necessarily use my heat gun, but since we're in a video, I'll go ahead and do my best to get it dry here with the heat gun. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, I see a heavy spot right here, and I'm going to see if I can't get that. See how we're getting some more heavier spots? Yeah. Right up here too. All right, that's looking pretty good to me. I think that's going to work for us. So I'm going to go ahead. If you wanted to, you could take another piece of paper and continue inking, getting all of that ink. You could probably do a couple more with what I have on there, but I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it clean because it's mostly water. And now let's give this just a little bit more heat, and then we're going to do our stenciling. See how that's kind of layered because we dried it? If you don't dry it in between, you won't get that sits on top. So because of the image that I'm using today, I went ahead and did all of it in the same color blue, but you can also do different colors. You just want to be careful that you're not, you know, choosing colors that are going to turn to mud. And that's always a real possibility. So you want to choose colors that work well together. All right, now I'm going to take my stencil. I think about right there is good. Let me take a look. Do I want it on this side? No, I think I want it about right there. About right there is good. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the tumbled glass and put this splash mark right there. And I'm going to be trimming some of this paper away. So that's why I moved it over as far as I did, because I may trim some of that. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm going to grab my die set, and this largest rectangle piece I'm going to put about right here, and we're going to go ahead and die cut this. Now I have gone ahead in advance and die cut our other pieces, so I already have this one die cut in like a fun teal color. And I wanted to show you my little images that I've colored up from our otter set. Here's our little otter. I love how he turns out. Isn't he cute? And this is a great technique to use when you just have one image and one little sentiment. Doing excuse me, ink smooshing can, you know, create an interesting background, but not overpower your one image. So that's when I tend to do it the most. You know, if I was going to have like an entire bunch of little sea creatures or something in here, I would probably ink blend where I'm using the brushes and ink blending the whole thing. But I tend to use ink smooshing when I'm just going to have one image here and it's not going to cover up all of my fun ink smooshing that I've done. Hopefully that makes sense. There we go. Now, because I put a big yellow bow here on our present, we could, of course, just layer this up just like this. But I thought, since this frame is plenty wide enough, I thought it would be fun to add a little layer of yellow in there to kind of bring out our yellow bow. So I went ahead and trimmed this piece of yellow so that we have just a teeny tiny outline. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink just real quick. I don't know why I'm all choked up. There, that'll be better. All right. I'm also going to put my glasses on real quick. So do let me know in the comments. Do you ink smush often? Do you remember, or is it just a technique that you kind of forget about until you see it done? Or what are your thoughts on ink smushing? I have always really enjoyed the look that it gives. Like, I just love that kind of watery detail in there. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. Now, we could pop this up. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll pop it up. Got some little top dots here that'll work. And I'm going to set this kind of towards the bottom so that we can see our splash marks coming out at it. And let's see, I think I had some other foam. Not sure what I've done with it. Well, let me grab it out of here. It needs a little bit bigger pieces. Here we go. And this is for our otter. And we're going to set him right here so that we can still see the splash marks coming out. I think this otter is just utterly adorable. Now I left my foam up high enough that I can add some glue here, and he's going to be sitting right on our rock. Yeah. About right there. I think that's perfect. All right, now I went ahead in advance and I stamped our birthday sentiment here in some ink to match our little present. And I'm going to pop that up as well. Oh boy, I want to put it right here, but I don't want to cover that up. It's just not a good place to put it. It literally fell right where my favorite spot is. But can't be helped. We'll just put it down. All right. Now we'll add this to our background scallop. And I thought I might add just a couple, 2 or 3 gems in a tealish blue color to add a little sparkle to our scene. Yeah. That's the thing with ink smooshing. You never know like how it's gonna, I don't like that I covered that up, but that's where it fell. So like I said, you have very little control on how and where, that kind of thing. Now when you die cut it, you have a little bit of control to choose where you die cut your rectangle from. Other than that, that's about all the control you have. But I think that's part of the fun. It's that artistic kind of just smushing it down there and seeing what you get. Okay. It might have been fun to put some patterned paper underneath there. I didn't even think of that. All right, I've got a little bit of a sequin mix here that we'll dump out and see what we get. We've got some yellow ones and some teal ones. And let's see here. I think a couple maybe right over here. One over here. Let's do those and see what we think. Oops. Turn them over. I'm going to start with this teal. And I like those yellow ones, but that's too big of a spot of glue to put a pink one. Yeah, I'm going to put just a couple of these little yellow ones right over here by this one. There's some days where you're just more in the mood for gems than others, right? And today's a gem-filled day for me. All right, and when I say gym, I always mean bling, because that other kind of gym where you lift weights and work out, that one is never for me. I have never been a gym girl. In my 30s, I tried for just a little bit and it didn't take. And now that I'm in my 50s, forget about it. I'll walk around the circle, but I'm not going to the gym. Okay. There is our Otter Ink Smooshing card. So I think it turned out very cute. All right, thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up for me. That would be a fantastic thing for you to do right now. And I thank you so much for joining me this Thursday afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to crafting with you again very soon. Bye-bye.